All right. We have such a very interesting topic. Tonight's topic is accurate, scalable, and secure AI for the public sector. We'll be hearing from a really true innovator. Tara Khani is co-founder and CEO of Edge AI Innovations. She has a very interesting journey, and she'll talk about accurate, scalable, and secure multimodal AI agents, text, audio, image, video, for enterprise edge and cloud compute, as well as she'll touch on serverless vector search engine tech. So a bit of a more technical Civic tech tonight, which is very fantastic. There will be a particular focus on, of course, public sector use cases, as mentioned before. So Tara has both an MS.C and an MBA, and 2 decades of experience in engineering, also as sales director in large enterprise tech companies, before she recently co-founded Edge AI Innovations. So she brings a truly unique, important, and fresh perspective on AI today. Tara, please take it away. Well, let's welcome Tara. Sorry, let's welcome Tara first, of course. And Tara, Ashish will help share the screen, and feel free to take it away.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much, Rock. Okay, hello everybody. I'm grateful for. I was waiting for my turn. I'm grateful for this opportunity to speak here. Thank you so much for all the volunteers, Hannah, Alex, everybody that made this happen. Okay, so as Rock mentioned, I am a co-founder of Edge AI Innovations. This is a little bit about myself and my co-founder, Majid Fakri. So Rock told about my background and my co-founder with PhD, paper publications, different journey, 12 years experience in data science, different companies, Rogers, Pelmorix, Media Prodigy, and the last company we worked together at SOTI for a few years, and we left the company June 2024 and founded Edge AI Innovations. So what is Edge AI Innovations, and what's the mission? Edge AI Innovation is the platform. We believe that we have the most accurate, scalable, and secure multimodal AI. So multimodal meaning that it can be text, audio, image, and video for the enterprise. On edge devices, I will talk about what I mean by edge devices because it might not be clear for everybody, and or on the cloud, empowered by our innovative serverless vector search engine. We call it Morche. So right now, a lot of companies or public sector, they're trying to use AI, not just now, it's been for last few years. And the problem is AI hasn't been monetized yet because there are so many issues still existing. One of the issues is poor retrieval or hallucinations and accuracy concern. There are a lot of times that irrelevant information or responses ignores the knowledge base. So even though you train the AI based on, let's say, multiple books, but still the AI responds as if it hasn't read the books. There are scalability concerns. There are slow performance, increased frustration. There are a lot of costs associated with data and cost of server. And also security concern, which is one of the most important for public sector. The AI assistants or AI chatbots are vulnerable to various security threats. For example, prompt injection attacks, adversarial attacks, bias amplification, privacy violation, misinformation, and also toxic output. There are AI chatbots right now existing and in some enterprise or small medium companies. I don't know if anybody had a chance to go and try and give a query and play with these chatbots. Some of them, they still have these problems. So here is one of the examples that relates to public sector or city. For example, let's imagine that this is in category of misinformation and accurate responses, and we want to see the consequences of this accuracy. So let's say a city implements a chatbot to answer questions about local zoning regulations. The problem is without an accurate vector search or RAG, and we will talk about that, the chatbot might retrieve outdated zoning ordinances and regulations from different neighboring. What's the consequence? The consequences is that a resident planning for home renovation gets incorrect information, and this will lead to a costly delays or legal issues. They might build something that is not allowed. For example, the chatbot says, yes, you can build a garage 20 feet from the property line, but for that city, it's incorrect. The correct rule is 30 feet. So what's now in next slide, I'm going to talk about the solution and what we have been facing so far. We have seen a lot of different chatbots from different sectors and also AI assistant, internal AI assistant. And a lot of people have came to us from banks or public sector or even insurance company that even though they are budgeting for AI and they have an AI department, but the problem is still these inaccuracies and these security issues still exist. And the problem is AI is improving every day. So as I mentioned before, when my co-founder and myself, we started a few months ago, we started with few consulting projects. And we designed AI assistant for two companies. One of them was a software for legal firms, like a CRM software. And we noticed that in designing AI assistant that there was a problem with designing vector databases. The vector databases were big, they were server, and the cost was significant. So that was our aha moment that we came up with the idea of solving this problem. So our algorithmic innovative solution, which is patent pending, is fully serverless agenting RAG. I don't know how many of attendees are familiar with the RAG, but RAG is retrieval augmented generation technique that enhances the ability of LLMs. And so any AI assistant or chatbots right now, they are required to have RAG on top of the LLM to be able to train those RAG on a knowledge database. And those knowledge databases, let's say books or websites or images, will be transferred into vectors or numbers. So the definition between two words, let's say king and queen, for the RAG, it translates into the distance between vectors. But the problem, so that makes it really more accurate. The problem is we need a storage to store these vectors, because for every chunk of book, there's a lot of vectors created. So we need to store these vector databases. So that creates another problem, the cost of that server. Our solution, which is called Murche search engine, increased the accuracy by 40% and reduced the memory by 32x, and also increased the computation speed by 100x. We have done many benchmarking. So we have compared our solution, our vector database, with the existing one that's being used for RAG, and we have seen these numbers. So we have given those results to ChatGPT and Gemini. We asked them to score our results, and we've given this numbers. Right now, Murche is available on our website. So it's free. Anybody can go and try it. We can have meetings and give us feedback. We actually, in fact, a few months ago, we launched Murche. So it's not a final product, it's just an MVP. But we got a lot of feedback from different sectors and also public sector which was really constructive. So if you really want to try it, be in the playground of Muche, upload some documents that are publicly available, and try to use it and see how it's working. I would like to meet with people that are really interested to give us feedback. So after this, I'm going to open our website and do a little bit of demo of how it works. So we're not just Edge AI Innovation. It's not just a startup. We are also a community like Civic Tech. So we bring people from around the world that have the same interest, AI accuracy, truthfulness. We hosted Edge AI Innovation Summit in Toronto, U of D. In collaboration with U of D, we had people from Intel, Advantech, Microsoft that were speakers. We had professors, we had the students, we had people from industry. We showcased and exhibited at McMaster University in January, and we were invited to speak at Richmond Hill Tech Community in February. We also were invited to speak at AI Dev World in Silicon Valley. We actually had one of the amazing hackathons, Canada's largest hackathon last weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We were at U of D, my hall for 2 days. Students were there for 3 days from Friday. They spent nights there. They had I think a little more than 30 hours to come up with the idea, to implement the idea, and they pitched it to us. We offered workshops to students and attendees. We also were judges for the projects. It was incredible. We were really, really amazed by the project that student presented to us. And there were some healthcare related and public sector related, really, really amazing projects. They're all available on Gen AI Genesis Hackathon website with the winners and the projects. This is our website, and this is my LinkedIn. I think it's been already shared, but feel free to reach out. Feel free to book a meeting. We have a link of meeting for booking, and we will be more than happy to talk to anyone that is interested to try or just give us feedback, or even just talk about RAGs and AI truthfulness in general. So yes, please do that. I'm going to stop sharing here and then share my the website. So stop sharing. Okay. So can you see my screen? Can someone tell me if you can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. Thank you. So as I mentioned, you can go to our website and you can create an account, log in. You will be here. So we have also a demo that I will share, a YouTube video, 3 minutes YouTube video. I will share that as well. That our CTO, my co-founder, made it. So once you log in, you come to documents and you will be able to upload your document. So for example, here, I uploaded Eurocom AI Computing. This one is for one of our partners. They sell gaming laptops to companies, to people. And I uploaded all their public information and all their website, made it a PDF and uploaded here. So now I go to my chat playground and I'm going to choose my LLM, right? So we are working with all sort of LLMs, large language models. So you see the Amazon Nova, Anthropic Claude, everything, Llama, everything's here. So I already picked Anthropic Claude. Okay. So I'm going to send a query to my RAG. So I'm asking, what does Eurocom sell, the company? Okay. So you see, one of the very important things that we have here that is like very unique to our technology is I have a relevance score. If you see here, I have a relevance score of 0.11, which is a good relevance. So that means that the response that I get, the question that I ask is related to my knowledge base, to the document that I have uploaded. So if I ask another question, like something irrelevant, like what is, let me just refresh this one time. What is the capital city of France? So this question is a legit question, but it doesn't relate to my knowledge base. So you see that it responds with the irrelevant, my relevance score really low, right? It's like 0.0002. 3. So why this is important, it's because when we are designing a chatbot or AI assistant, you don't want anybody to impose mm, the data that is not related to the knowledge base. So for example, in this case, I don't want my AI to respond to this question because every time a question is asked, it's going to the LLM and get the response. We have a kiosk mode that we're going to turn on, and I want this to not to be responded. So now I put a guardrail on my AI. So you can see here that in the kiosk mode, it's unfortunately most of the retrieved contexts are not relevant to your query. So even though it's not a bad questions, but it's not related to my query. So why this is important? Because if so in this case, it's not going to go back to LLM. My AI is not going to go back to LLM to respond. So I'm saving cost. So if I go to my chat history, so these are my chat history. If I go to my system prompting, I know I'm getting a little more technical. So I try to be, because there are mix of audiences, try to be less, but yeah, we can answer questions if there's any question after. So here is my prompt settings. I can change that. I have set up, you see here, the high relevance, I can set it up between 0.2 and 0.4. And the really, really good relevance is between these. So I have a control over my AI, right? So I put a guardrail. Instead of AI controlling me, I have the control over the AI. I can tell when to respond, when to stop responding. And if something is not really related or somebody is trying to hack my chatbot or my AI assistant, I can control that. I can make sure that it's not going to respond to that query. So one of the other problems that right now the chatbots have, and we actually had one of the public sector that reached out to us, and we're trying testing and piloting one of the existing AI assistant, was that when there is a query that is not related to the knowledge base, and AI is trying not to respond, the problem is something bad may happen to the chatbot. For example, the language all of a sudden changes to non-related language. Or, and after that, when you're trying to go back to the knowledge base, it doesn't happen. So for example, after the chatbot is broken, you try to ask a legit question from the knowledge base, it doesn't answer to that question. It gives error. So these are the problems that exist with the chatbots right now. So as I mentioned, you can go and try, upload your documents here. If you have a user manual, you have multiple books, you have 100 books, you want to extract some data, you can come here, you can upload them, and you can go extract from those books without going to LLM if you restrict your data. There were a lot of people coming from the bank or insurance company that not with the chatbot, but internal AI search, they wanted to extract some data tables from their internal PDFs or Excel. So they can simply come and upload Excel images, PDFs here, and try to extract those data within seconds. So you can see how this is going to save a lot of times, and also a lot of, well, which, you know, turns into eliminating cost. Okay, so, oh yeah, so I want to add here, so there are some existing vector databases right now. People that have been using them, they told us, and we have been using them as well. The problem is these vector databases become very complicated, and you need to spend hours to do reindexing. Whereas for us, it doesn't require any reindexing. And it doesn't, excuse me, it doesn't keep the data. It doesn't keep the vectors. So I'm done with the demo and also with my presentation. So we can maybe start questions. And I don't know if I have more time, or how's the timing going?
Tara, that was amazing. First, let's give you a hand. Everyone give her a hand.
Thank you.
Tara, we have about 30 people, 30 plus people in the room here, and everyone was just transfixed to the screen, and you had their full attention, so thank you so much.
Thanks for your courage. Thank you.
We, just let everyone know, Tara will be in a breakout session afterwards. As I know a lot of people have expressed, I can see they're interested in some extended Q&A and ask Tara some questions. So she will do that. Before we get to that, we do have some time for maybe one or two questions here in the room and one or two questions online. Feel free to raise your hand here in the room. We have one right here.
Yeah, about the accuracy question. You said you got 40% more. What's the base? What does the ultimate accuracy wind up as?
Sure. So how we compared the accuracy was, there are some free source vector DBs available. I don't know if you have worked with like LanceDB, Pinecone has some. So you can go grab those vector DBs, and soon our API will be ready. So we are working on our API. Whoever create an account with Merchant now will get an exclusive invitation to try grab the API and create their own chatbot or AI assistant. And at that time, you guys be able to compare that, apple to apple, put the different vector DBs and compare that. But we have done that with LanceDB, and so far, I think with Pinecone, and we just got the results, gave it to Gemini and ChatGPT and ask for, like comparing these two. And we actually, the document we uploaded was fast because very complicated literature document. It's really complicated. The queries, the answers can be really complicated. And we asked a couple of questions, and we compared the responses from different vector DBs, and we asked ChatGPT and Gemini to compare the responses and tell us which one is more accurate. And all the cases, all the questions, we were more accurate than LanceDB.
Great, thank you. We'll take one more here in the room, and then we'll take one online.
Hi, Tara. Thank you so much for such a fantastic presentation. I was really curious on the multimodal agentic capabilities of your solution. I'm curious, since you've built out your own vector solution, if that's influencing the agentic frameworks that you're looking at, like LangGraph or AutoGen as part of that, or what that looks like in the context of your unique vector solution.
Yes, so we haven't got, we just launched our product like a month ago, so we haven't got time to really like create benchmark for that specific um, documents other than what I showed you. But as I said, once the API is out, like people, like developers, like you guys can just grab it and do the comparison, do the, different, other than text, just different prompting, and just see the results for yourself, because we thought that would be the best kind of um, approach that we can take, rather than just put the whole uh, solution that people would need to see the API. So I don't know if I answered your question, but it will be done soon.
That's great. You did get a yes, a really nice and a smile head nod for as um, now. Sorry, Ashish, is there one online? Any online? We can take one online, and then we can move that and the others to the breakout session.
Or let's assign ourselves to breakout sessions.
Sorry, say that again.
Let's do the breakouts.
Oh, great. Well, thank you. Oh, Ashish, you can turn off the recording now. Is great.